Hi guys. So in this video we are going to complete 10 complex questions, advanced questions which are going to be sufficient for you to know that now that you've solved these 10 questions, you can solve any type of question related to simple interest. So let's go by one with all these questions. The simple interest at X percentage for X years will be rupees X on the sum of what? I think this is very similar to what we did in the basic questions, but let's quickly solve it. So you have everything as X, I think. Rate is also X, time is also X, P is also X. Then what is it asking? Simple interest. Simple interest is PRT. X cube is it? Simple interest at X% for X years will be rupees X on a sum of. Okay, so this is a silly mistake. If you look at it, it is asking me what will be that sum on which the simple interest will be X. Now this makes question a little bit interesting and prone to silly mistakes. So simple interest is equals to P, I don't know, T upon 100. So P will be 100, XX will get cancelled, 100 upon X, which is the option B. Option B, great. Very simple question, but carefully. Question number 2. The price of a scooter worth 20,000. So I write it as 220k just to it's more simpler in this way, but you can have your own methods. But I'll keep on sharing what I try to do when I solve these questions. 20k is to be paid in 20 installments. 20 installments of 1,000 rupees. 20 installments of 1,000 rupees, or I can write 1k just using the same pedagogy. If the rate is 6%, if the rate is 6%, the first installment to be paid at the time of purchase. Okay, so and the first installment to be paid at time of purchase, then the value of the last installment covering the interest will be. Okay. So first installment is to be paid then and there. So if the principal is 20,000, you already paid 1,000. So 19,000 is basically your new principal because everything is applicable on this amount. Whatever you handed over at that time is not part of the principal. You don't have to pay the loan. You haven't taken you haven't started to anyway. I don't think it is complex. Now the first installment to be paid at time of purchase. Value of the last installment covering the interest as well. What will be the last installment? So, how much money are you paying? You're paying 1,000 rupees, 20 installments. So your time period will be 20 installments. 20 upon 12 is what? 10 by 6 or 5 by 3. So let's keep it like that only. Time is this many years, and the principal is 19,000. Rate is 6% per annum. Now it is asking me the the value of the last installment covering the interest. Last installment. What happened? First we gave 1,000, then we loaned 19,000 on this rate. Now, if we look at it, 19,000 is the principal. The time is 5 by 3. I know the rate is 6 by 100. And this is the total interest that needs to be paid, which comes out to be 19. You can remove the 3 zeros and make it 190, and then 190 into 2, so again another 0. Basically this becomes 1900. Now 1900 is the total interest that you have to pay. You paid all these thousand installments for all this time. So you have paid 19k, but at the last you have to give somewhere around 2,900. The first installment to be paid at the time of purchase, and the value of the last installment covering the interest. What will be the last installment? So you have been paying 1,000 rupees in 20 installments, and now you have paid an interest of 1,900. So basically this will be your last installment of 1,000 rupees will go when this period will get over, but you have to pay 1900 as installment. So 2900 will be your final installment value. This is kind of a core question, so you need to know this concept of installments as well. So every time you paid 1000, the time got over, but what now? So for all this facility that you got to pay, you are paying an interest of 1900 on it, which will go with the last installment. Alright. You can always understand this concept better, let me know in the comments. Question number 3. If the rate is increased by 2%, so how do you write such information? If the rate is increased by 2%, so I write it like this. The simple interest received on a sum of money increases by 108. इस पे simple interest अगर SI था तो इस पे SI plus 108 है. If the time period is increased by 2 years, then simple interest on the same will increase by 180. So in another case, if the time is increased by 2 years, then simple interest, which was again SI, will become SI plus 180. Okay. Now what we need to find the sum. You need to find the principal. Always keep an eye on what you need to find. So simple interest, let's try to solve it. Looks like there might be some calculation, but P will remain same, R will remain same. And for how much time did it say? I think the time here will be T. Initial time, let's say it is T. Simple interest is SI. Now SI plus 108 when rate is R plus 2 into T. So this is your first information. That's how you interpret information. Second information, or should we try to do something about it? PRT, SI will get cancelled, 108 will stay here, and 2T and P will stay here because PRT will get cancelled with SI. So this is your basically useful information. Again, time. Simple interest is PRT, but simple interest becomes SI plus 180 when it is PRT plus 2. This time rate is same, right? Principal time increases. So again, these two will get cancelled. 2PR will be 180 or PR is 90. So this is second information. If PR is 90, now what? So we need to find principal, and to find principal we can put, what is this? PT is 51. Now I need some more information, right? What is the alright, so we have a data inadequate option, and I think you need to be very careful when you're opting for that. If you look at it, there is no way. What can I do? I can do T upon R, which is what? 51 upon 90. Then what? I'll get stuck because there are 3 variables and only 2 equations. So let's leave it there and go confidently with option D. Data is inadequate. Moving on, question number 4. Question number 4 says you invested 3900. What is this? Invested. So much of principal. You invested 3900 divided into 2 schemes A and B. You can use my graphical representation, and when you're solving, you get 3-4 sheets in the exam, and you have to very carefully use them because the space is limited. So you need to write a lot, but at the same time, only what is important. Think a lot, do a lot of calculations through your mind. So you can just observe how I'm solving. Even if you got the answers, you can observe if there's something to learn, right? 3900 divided into 2 schemes, 14 and 11%. Be very careful when you're writing it is respectively, right? So we are sure that 14 and 11. Otherwise it could have been that we don't know if it's A or B. So be careful. If the total amount of simple interest earned in 2 years is 3508, this is total interest that they have earned. Okay? 3508, what was the amount invested in scheme B? जिसको भी हमें search करना है, scheme B, okay? So put that as X. Now my eyes are on X, scheme B. This will automatically become 13900 minus X. Y, take it as Y. Try to minimize the variables always. Interest formula 13900 minus X. 14% where? Time we don't know. Do we know the time? Invested this. Okay, it has to be cancelled then. and just put for now. This is 3508. No, this is total. So x 11 upon 100. Again, I think it has put for the same time. So we have time and x as two variables. Okay. Now going forward, it is saying what was the amount invested in scheme B, and none of these is the option. Not data inadequate. So there might be a chance the data is adequate. So we need to work like that. But I don't think we need time for that. So have I missed something in that question? 2 years. Sorry. Time is given as 2 years. So you need to be careful. Okay. So 2 years, then we have only one variable, let's solve it. So 3900, and this is what? 28. Let's write it down again. 13900 minus x. This is 28 upon 100, let's not cancel hundreds, plus 1122 upon 100x. So x and x. If you open this, 139 into 28, these two will get cancelled, minus 28x upon 100 plus 22x upon 100. This will become minus 6x upon 100, and this let's not calculate for now, but if we need to, we will. So I think we should not keep it like this, and this is 3508. So 6x will come here and this will stay here. Okay, now we have to calculate. So a small trick I can share with you. Now this is little complex, so what you can do quickly is 28 into 14. I'll tell you how. Let's look at it. So this is basically 140 minus 1 into 28. Now, so what I'll do is 28 into 14, 8, 16, 24, 32, 4 to the 8, 19, 11 into 28, 392. So 392, 0, because this is 140 minus 28. So if you calculate it mentally, it would have been 3900, but 3892. Can you see that? 3892. Sorry, 992. Correct, 892, because 8 more we have to reduce. So 3892 is here. 3892 minus 3508. That's how you can solve. 8, 9, 11, 12, 4, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 384. So this is 384 into 100 upon 6. That is x. Now let's solve this. 3, 1, 9, 2. Again it is 3, 3, 6, 18, then 12, 3, 4 is 12, 6400. X is 6400. This is the amount that has been invested. Option A. So this, because I was explaining, I was taking more time, but you can do these calculations very fast, and that is the whole purpose of solving these questions in front of you, so that you can observe how you can decrease your time, get more questions, get better percentile, get into the top IIM or any college. Question number 5, sum of 2600 is lent in two parts. Again the similar lines, but I've only tried to pick very selective questions so that we don't repeat but we cover everything. 2600 is lent in two parts in such a way interest on one part is 10% for 5 years. Again we can use this A and B. Another 9% for 6 years. What else? The sum lent out at 10%. So again take it as x. This is 2600 minus x. Reduce the variables. Now what? A sum of 2600 is lent out. Okay. And it is asking the sum lent out. So guys, this is a principle, okay? Don't get confused in your own variable marking. So this is x. This is principal. This is not interest. So let's put the formula x into 10 upon 100 into 5. This is the interest earned on this. This is also principal, okay? Don't make mistakes. 2600 minus x into 9 by 100 into 6. What is this? This is total interest. Sum of 2600 is lent out. The sum lent out. This is it in two parts. Okay, the interests are equal. So these two are equal. Now we can solve. So let's get the 100 cancelled. 50x is equal to 2600 into 9 6 is 54 minus 54x. This will come here. 104x is equal to 2600 into 54. Ideally, if it was 108, then we would have cancelled it perfectly. Or I'll check again. 9 was 45, 54. नहीं है तो ठीक है 54 so 104 let's cancel it 52 1300 13 okay 13 fours yes 4 ये 54 यही है 4x is equals to 5400 so 4 1 is 4 4 3 is 12 25 1350 x is 1350 okay where is it option C chalo 5 more questions let's do it fast what is it saying you borrow some money at 6% for the first 2 years 6% okay this is like time will be different so keep on writing whatever information is there and only skip the lines try to read in between lines gather data first and then maybe give a reread the money was borrowed at 9% for the next 3 years now you got the fashion okay so it is also playing with rate increasing the rate 9% then 14% for beyond that. So now 5 years are done. So it is saying 14% beyond that. Alright. If you pay a total interest of rupees 11,400 at the end of 9 years. So 9 years, that means 5 plus 4. This is 4 years more. Okay. And this is where it concluded 9 years. So 11,400 is what you pay. So this is the amount because this is what you pay at the end. How much money did you borrow? What was the principal? Pretty straightforward if you understand this. I think it is just basic calculation. So P R T P R T P R T is PRT is what? Total interest. So please don't make mistakes here. This cannot be just interest. This is amount minus principal, which is again interest. So we only have one variable. Now we can easily solve. So don't be in a hurry and write just 11,400. That is amount. That is not interest. Interest is amount minus principal. So in this formula, 11,400 minus principal. Now again, this is the matter of how good your calculation are. P upon 100 को बाहर करा 12, 9, 18, 27, 16, 56. Either 11,400 minus P. So this is what? 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 95 upon 100 into P. I think we have to do something about it. Plus 1 if the P comes here and 11400. So this is 195. Upon 100 into P is 10400. So you need to check if it is getting cancelled or have a view on the options. So principal is in a perfect number it is. So it has to somehow get cancelled. Let's start with a smaller number. 5 3 is 15. 45 means 9. 2s are 10. 14. 2s are 10. 48 0. This is again 3, 7, 14, 21, 18, 6, 12, 18, 7, 16. This is 13. Maybe it will get cancelled. So 13, 6, 6, 12, 18, 6 is 6, 78. And this is 76. Are you sure? 2 is 10, 14, 2 and 8. And then 3, 7, 14, 21, 18. Yes, 760 it is. So it is not perfectly happening. 78 and 13 5s are 15, 65 and 65 and 78, 110. Have I made some calculation mistake? What is it at the end? 114, 13, 76000 upon 13. That is 13 5s 65, 110, 110. So 13, 14, 104. So 13 8s is 104. 104. That means 60 more. Something around 5800, which is not even in the option, so we need to check the calculation part. But let's move ahead. Maybe there's some error on my side in terms of the question, or I've done some calculation mistake, but it is pretty manageable. You got the concept, right? And at times when you stumble upon such a situation, when you're solving and the watch is 1 hour, stopwatch is playing, you cannot waste time. You should know when to quit. So I could have quit in between, but I know it's a pretty simple calculation, so nothing to worry about for now. Now let's go on to question number 7. An amount of 100,000, so 1 lakh, okay, 100,000. So this way the chances of making mistakes in writing data minimizes. Two type of share. First 9%, second 11%. Two type of shares, 9%, 11%. If the total interest at the end of 1 year is 9/3/4, 9/3/4%, the total interest of this, then the amount invested in each share was what? If the total interest at the end of 1 year, time is 1 year, and then they want A and B. So first thing in my mind is data is not sufficient, or maybe it is not possible. But still, let's do some calculations. 9 upon 100. Always write them down. Always open the question, see, look at its skeleton, and then try to understand what is required and take action. Sometimes important guesses also work. 9/100, 1 year, so we not consider time. A amount भी हुआ है. This is 9/3/4 is what? This is percentage or what? 9/3/4% total interest. Okay. So 9/3/4% means of principal it should be. So 9, 18, 27, 36, 39/4% saying. So 100k is the principal. So this must be the new. This is the percentage. 9/3/4% of principal is your interest. Let's see. 11 upon 100 and do B. This I need to solve. So of course I'll look at the options and try to see whatever fits. If you look at the options, 62,500, 37,500, 62. Let's put these values: 62,500, 37,500. 100 will get cancelled into 11 into 9. So 375 into 11, 375. 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 8, 9, 10, 11, 4, 1, 2, 5. And this, अगर ये 10 होता तो 6250. So 6250 minus 625 is 625 into 9. Think about it. 5, 2, and then what? 62, so 56, 5625. I think we need to add them. So 9750. What is this now? 39/4 into 100k is 9750. If this works out, then option number A is correct. But looks like what to do. So let's just finish it. 25. So 39 into 25. Again the same trick. 39 into 40 होता तो 100,000 होता. 29 into 40 होता तो what? Minus 25. So this is 975, right? You calculate 9975. Yes. Because now, if I add 25, this will become same. Oh, 9975, 9750. So these should have matched for it to be correct. Have I made a mistake? 39 into 25. Let's do old fashioned way. 9 5 is 45, 5 is 15, 19, 39, 80. 78, 5, 16, 17, 8, 9, 75. Okay, so it is 975. I think I made a mistake in the shortcut 39 to 25. So I was saying if it is 40, then it is 100,000. Sometimes even these options, the shortcuts makes us confused. But let's see, 25 to 40 is 100 and then 0 and minus 1. So this is 40 minus 1, no? So 25 minus, so this is 75, 975, okay. So I made a mistake of a 0, but it is also 975. Option A. And we should not invest this much time, but it's non-avoidable. Sometimes you will get stuck, but you don't have to panic. Either take a quick call, either keep on, give it one more minute, maybe you'll get plus 3 points. Give it one more minute. If you feel like you can, solve it, but when you realize it's not happening, remove it, mark it, and then come back to it. That's why calculations also should be neat and clean so that you can revisit if you have to. But most of the times I go for one more minute, I invest. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, then I leave. There's so many easier questions after beyond 25 questions till 34, 32, whatever the format is. There are enough easy questions to solve. So make out a skeleton of each, but at the same time pick your low hanging fruits. Now let's go ahead. I think eighth question, you invested three different schemes. Oh my god, this looks like a lot of calculation, but let's see. I'll quit. I'll not address this question because it looks like a para also. So I'll always take it later because again, time is the key. We have to take the low hanging fruits in the first half an hour and then revisit for these difficult or lengthy questions. You invested certain amount in this 10, 12 and 15, obviously percentage. If the total interest in 1 year is 3200, so in 1 year somehow the interest is 3200. Amount you invested in scheme C. Okay, so 3200 is the total interest that is generated in 1 year. So time is 1 year. Now what is it saying? If the total interest that accumulated, the amount you invested in scheme C was 150% of scheme A. Okay, 150%. What does that mean, 150%? And I say 1.5x. This is also, you should know a very basic concept. 150% of, it is saying x. So 150 upon 100, which is 1.5x. So you can directly write 150%, 50% more. So you can revisit the percentage lecture where I have explained this in detail, but always look at 150% as of something as 1.5 times of that something. So 150% and 240% of that invested in B. Okay. अब दूसरा वेरिएबल लेना पड़ेगा, but it is saying 1.5x or and 150% of this and 240% of scheme B. So 240% is 2.4y. So we got a relation between x and y. Now what? Let's put quickly the formula 10 upon 100 into, these are all principles, don't get confused, into time. Time is 1 year, so we'll neglect time. Plus y into 12 by 100. These are all percentage, okay? Plus something. Plus what? 15 into, कोई भी एक value ले लो, 1.5x ले लिया. Because what do I need to find? Scheme B. So my eye should be on y, not x. So we have to eliminate x. We have to get y. Leave it. I'll say 2.4y upon n. 14 upon 15 plus 12 by 10 y into 3 by 10. So this is 3 and this is 2. 3 and 2. 5 if I take common. So 28, 12, 24, 36 upon 6, which is 6, 12. So 64 upon 6, that means 32, that means 16, that means 32, nice, now this looking pretty. So y is 200 into 50 upon 3. Right. Again, make my mistake. So now I'm invested. I'm gonna spend time because I know it is very close, but still, it is personal choice. 3200 was 3 upon 50 was outside. This is 64 upon 6. 64 upon 6, which was 3 to 3, 32 upon 3. Sorry. It's that simple. 32, 6, 32 upon 3. Yes, 32 upon 3, 3 will get cancelled, 32 and 32 will get cancelled. And this will be simple and plain 5, 0, 0. That's it. So at times when you get stuck in calculations, you can always put them, mark them, and then come back to them when you have enough time. But let's move on to question number 9. Divide 2379 into 3 parts so that after 2, 3, 4 years, their amounts may be equal. So this time amounts are equal, okay? So this is time, 2, 3, 4 years. The rate is same, which is 5%. And let's say we divide into x, y, z. Then it is asking me what is the first part. So we need to find out x. So simply this formula is x into, I think rate is same, right? So I can take 5 by 100 common. What is this? This is simple interest on the first, but the amounts are common. So what is the amount in this case? Plus whatever the principal was. So this is the first amount. Second amount will be again 5 by 100 is the rate, y is the principal, and for 3 years plus y, because this in second case this is the amount, principal plus interest. Then again 5 by 100 z into 4 years. So I think when you equate it, it becomes 10 upon 100 or 0.1. This is 10 upon 100, now 0.1, so 1.1x, right? 10 upon 100. This is 15 upon 100, 1.15 y. This is 0.15 plus y, 0.15 y plus y. So you can do it in your head also. So 5 for the 20. So 2 by 10, 0.2. So 1.20 z. Now these are all equal, so we know x, y, z. We also know that x plus y plus z, the total principal that you put is 2379, because this got divided into x, y, z. We need x now, eliminate y. Y will be, these three are equal, okay? So y is 1.1 upon 1.15 x. So you can take proper fractions also. Maybe I will also change it later. So 1.2 upon 1.1 x is z. This is z. So now we have to get fractions because this will become a little bit complex. So if I look at in fraction, it was 11 by 10x. This was 15 by 100, 115 by 100, and this will be anyway. So now let's solve it and see what are our options. So our options are very specific. So I think I'll leave this question here because the calculation is a little bit complex, but if you want to look at it, how will we solve it? So we are basically revisiting our strategy and we are keeping this as simple. So we will revisit. So what is it saying? That r into principal into time, this is interest, plus principal, which is the amount, that is equal. So this is what? This is This is 5 into 2, 10. So 1 upon 10. So this is 1 upon 10 plus x. Okay. In fact, I know how to make it simple. So let's see if I do it like this, that x upon 10 this is 1 by 10 x plus x, which is 11 upon 10 x. This is 15 upon 100, or I can say 15 3 upon 20 plus 1. So 23 upon 20 y I can write 23 upon 20 into y. And if you look at z, this is 5 for the 20, so 25 z by 5 plus z, 6 by 5 z. So you can have some fractions here, and let's put them here. So x will be x, y will be 11 upon 10 into 20 upon 23x, and plus z will be 11 upon 10 into 5 by 6 x. Okay, and this is your 2379. So now what? Now we will have to proceed in a, can we simplify a little bit? Because it's always good to simplify as soon as possible. We don't want to carry a lot of baggage. But as I said, I will leave this question because it is taking me so much time. 23 into 12. So this is what? Can you do it mentally? 23 into 10 plus double of it, 60, 46. So 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 276. Then you multiply 23 into 12, and at top it is this and this. So 23, 23, 253, 22 into 10, again you can do it mentally, 220 into 44, which is 642. 276. This is into x. 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 and 5, 10 and 11, 2 and 2, 4 and 5, 276. So, into x is equals to this. So, basically, x is what? 276 upon 517 into 2379. This is almost 4. This is almost 1000. So, somewhere around 1000, but it is complicated. Leave it. We need to calculate it for in exact terms so that we get there. So 5 and 7. If we do 5 and 7 into 4, 7, 14, 21, 28. 4 1 is 4, 5, 6, 5 is 22, 0, 6, 8. So this is actually 4 point something. This is above 1000. I don't have an option above 1000, so I'll leave it here. We have kind of wasted time on this question, so you should know when to give up, when to not go further. It's not worth it. Last question. Last question is the sum of 800 amounts to 920. In 3 years, this happens. If the rate is increased by 3%, then what will be this amount? Okay. So 920 and 800. What is the interest? 120. On principal 800. Time 3. R is the rate. Next time when rate is this, again time is 3 years. This we still know will stay 800. This we need to find out. Very simple. Maybe some zeros we can get rid of. 3 4s are 12. 4 2s are 20. That makes rate as 5%. This is 8%. So 8, 16, 24, 32, 8 is 16, 17, 19, 192 is the amount which is this amount. This is basically interest. Okay, don't make this mistake. This is interest, it's not amount. What is the amount? 192 plus 800. So 992, which is option number A. So you saw how quick it was. So you need to pick the right questions. That is the lesson of the day. So thank you so much for joining in. Thank you for solving these 10 questions. They will ensure that you know enough about simple interest. Now you can proceed to compound interest, which will be soon live, and at the same time try to solve more questions on simple interest in test that after doing these 5 basic and 10 advanced questions, are you able to tackle any random simple interest question? Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.